Samsung almost ruined the camera on the Galaxy S25 Ultra with One UI 8.5, but they've saved it just in time. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. And actually, I've had a little bit of a break. And before I went away, I scheduled a video to go live about how Samsung have ruined the camera on the S25 Ultra with 8.5. It was all down to the fact that they removed two camera modes. From the More tab, they removed single take and they removed dual recording. They just weren't there. I had a full rant planned out. Well, I did make it. Anyway, this was just a quick rant for me to sort of put out there that I'm upset and I'm mad. And then as I was away, Samsung quietly fixed the issue. But it's not a perfect fix, and I'm still not happy about it. Let's talk about the two modes that were removed. They were dual recording, which allows you to record from two cameras at the same time, save them as separate or as one video. And on the Ultra series, you have the option to do 4K 30. It's great because it lets you choose from either the front or two of the rear cameras at the back, and you can record from them at the same time. A lot of fun, especially if you're looking to record like sporting moments or you're at a concert. You get the option to record two angles and then you can save it later. The other one was single take. And single take is my favorite camera mode Samsung have ever made. It is where it will actually record 15 seconds of video and then go through that 15-second clip and take out and extract moments using artificial intelligence of people smiling, of fun moments, add filters, create little fun video clips, collages, you name it. I just went away on holiday with my family. Samsung actually brought this back whilst I was away on my holiday in that little break that I took. And I'm so glad that they did, because it just meant as I'm sort of going through my footage here, I can see a little fun clips that you can create using single take, little rebounds, slow-mo stuff. It's just a lot of fun, and it just allows the sort of subject of the photo to be themselves. You don't have to force them to do anything. They can just sort of interact naturally and you get this sort of nice end result. And it also saves the original clip to go along with it. And for some reason, Samsung decided that they weren't going to use these anymore when One UI 8.5 got updated. I really just don't understand why that is, because it's such a fun camera mode, single take especially, and it's been around for 5 years now. I'm just not sure why they decided to remove it. Fortunately, Samsung have workarounds for things, and in their app Camera Assistant, which is an extra download, thankfully there's a prompt in here now to get Camera Assistant in the settings. They've now added back in toggles for single take and dual recording, and you come in here and turn these on, and they appear back in the camera modes. This for me though, I just don't understand this as a solution. For people who use single take regularly, they're going to be confused as to where it's gone. Yes, they can come on YouTube and they can find a video like this that explains to them that it's going to be brought back via a toggle. But when they get updated to 8.5 and it disappears, that's a process they have to go through to find it. They should never remove it in the first place. And I get Samsung probably have usage data which showcases that people maybe don't use this as much, but for me, just leave them. As even though people don't use it, it's not like it's a big feature that sits on the phone. If it can be brought back as easily with a toggle, you may as well just leave it. Anyway, they're still here via Camera Assistant. Thankfully for me, they're still existing. But it isn't the only update that Camera Assistant has got. Samsung have come in here and actually added in some extra toggles. And I guess this is their way of making the camera smarter without having to overhaul the entire camera app from a base level. It's pretty much what they use Good Lock for. So the first thing you're going to notice here is in the focus area. To add in to prioritize focus over speed, they've also now got touch autofocus auto exposure in Pro Video mode. So you can have it whilst recording or only while recording, depending on the toggle that you want. So the top one here is autofocus and auto exposure while you're recording, or you can have autofocus only whilst recording. The whole purpose of this is when you're in Pro Video mode, and we'll jump in here and I'll sort of show you what I mean. When you're recording, you can touch on an area and have autofocus on an area, and then you can lock it. What this is aiming to do, this toggle, if I go back into the settings and into Camera Assistant, this is allowing you also to control whether you want auto exposure as well as autofocus whilst you're recording. With auto exposure allowing you to control the exposure of the area to go along with it the auto exposure. So just autofocus, I should say. So that's a toggle that's now in there. You've also got here focus peaking in pro modes. Now the focus peaking, they've kind of already had, I guess, this when you adjust the manual focus slider, but you can adjust how it looks. So you can have the color be red, yellow, blue, or white. And you can always show focus peaking if you want. So rather than it just needing to be there when the manual slider's there, you could toggle this on so it's always on. And then you can adjust the thickness of the line, whether it be thick, middle, or thin, depending on your visual preferences. Again, to sort of show you what it looks like, if I go into Pro Photo mode here, the focus peaking will sort of come onto the screen normally when you go into the manual focus slider. And you'll sort of see that I've obviously left it as white, and you can sort of see that little focus peaking is sort of showing you what's in focus. And then if I go back into settings, go into camera assistant and change that. Where are we? What's here? You can make it blue if you want to, and then go back into the camera, into pro mode. Now the focus peaking is blue. So you can just customize that experience. If we scroll down a bit in the camera assistant menu, you will see Samsung have put here with videos a toggle for OIS to be turned on or off. Not sure why you would want this off. Maybe if you're just sitting it on a tripod and you maybe don't want it to, I don't know what it's going to be really, to be honest. It's just leave it on. Anyway, there's a toggle there that you can control. And the last one that I really want to highlight here in great detail is the fact you can now have presets in pro mode. So with Expert RAW, which is kind of like the benchmark of Samsung camera apps for the customization that they allow for, Samsung seem to be slowly filtering things in because presets in Pro mode and presets in Expert RAW or Expert RAW presets have existed for a while. Now it looks like they're bringing it into Pro mode too. So you can create Pro modes presets from current settings. So I can just jump in here and create a Pro mode preset, or I could pick a photo and create a preset from that. So it means that I've got an option here. Let's just say if I want to pick this photo here of my daughter, it will pick the shutter speed, the exposure value, white balance based from the photo. So that's not a pro mode photo, so not the best example, but it also tells you the lens, and then I can hit save, and then that's now going to be a preset. So if I jump into pro mode, there's a little toggle here, is the preset toggle. And if I click on that, it'll change to that lens, change all the presets that I need as well. And there's a couple others that I'll highlight that aren't necessarily big ones, but they're actually pretty cool. This one here, I think you're really going to like, is the customized indicators. So the little indicators that sit at the top right corner there, you can turn them off. So if you don't want the flash on, turn it off. You don't want the resolution toggle up there, turn it off. Motion photo, filters, have it a completely clean experience at the top right corner there. Because realistically, you can control them all from that bottom menu anyway. And then video, you can do the same. So I can toggle off video size if I want to, flash, and maybe just leave the super steady one. Or again, because you don't need it, you can toggle it off. So if I go back into the camera here and into video, I swear I just turned all of them off. You can see the photo ones are all gone. I don't know why the video ones are still there. I literally just turned them off. Seems as if there's some that you can't turn off, like HDR and log as toggles from there. They sort of sit there unless you could turn them off in their dedicated settings menu. Anyway, it sort of cleans it up and gives you like a nice clean aesthetic at the top. And I much prefer that over having them all there, especially when you can just hit that button and there they are anyway. And then the last one here is use a tilter controller to operate the camera in Pro Video mode. So I guess this is like an extra accessory that you can utilize to control zoom and sort of, I guess, other things within Pro Video mode. It does require nearby device permission to be activated to pick that up. I don't have one of these, so I can't show you how this works. But effectively, I guess it's just a wireless lens controller that you can activate and it'll work within Pro Video mode. But the big one for me is the toggles coming back, single take and dual recording. And then the other one is going to be the change to things like presets in Pro mode. So Samsung are really going to utilize Camera Assistant to update their camera, it seems, with One UI 8.5. So that's it. Samsung almost ruined the camera, but they have tended to bring it back and I guess make it better through the Camera Assistant app. Looking forward to seeing the additions that One UI 8.5 bring as the beta evolves, and also the final version when it eventually launches sometime early next year. Hit subscribe to SamMobile TV. Go visit us on our website and also our socials as well. Almost got that out. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.